Welcome everyone. Welcome to the General Thoracic Surgery Database monthly webinar. Today is, what is today? Wednesday, December the 8th. So thanks everybody for joining. On the call with me today from, let's see here, from the STS side, we have myself, Carol Crone, we have Ruth Raleigh, our consultant, a general thoracic consultant from the core group. We have Emily Conrad. We also have Katie from the core group, and Sydney joining us today as well from the IQVIA side. Let's see, we have Joe, Melanie, Steve, I think that's it, and Joe, Melanie, and Steve today. I think that's it from the IQVIA side. So thanks everybody for joining. Let's see here for our agenda today. Just not much from the STS side, just some quick STS updates, and then we'll turn things over to IQVIA. And then we'll, as usual, follow up in the call today with your user feedback. If you have any questions outstanding for IQVIA, if you have submitted your ticket, if you have submitted a ticket, please include your ticket number, and IQVIA, the IQVIA team can start to look into your current ticket and provide an update for you if needed. For our STS updates, just FYI, the December training manual will be coming soon. If you are still waiting on an FAQ response, our core group call is tomorrow. So Ruth will be following up with you if you have an outstanding question. So again, our core group call is scheduled for tomorrow, and Ruth will be following up accordingly after the call. So just sit tight and she'll get in touch with you very soon. Our fall 2021 harvest update, just a brief reminder, the fall harvest closed on October the 22nd. That data is currently in analysis and the results are expected this winter. So coming soon, as soon as we have an update from DCRI, we'll let you know and try and get a more concrete date for you as soon as possible, but those results are coming. And just a reminder also that the new pulmonary resection composite is being implemented into this fall 2021 analysis. And if you weren't able to join us last month on the November monthly webinar, we did do a review, an overview of the pulmonary resection composite. So one composite webinar series presentation was played during last month's call. So if you weren't able to be with us last month, you can check out the recording out on the STS webinars page and check out the presentation on the pulmonary resection composite that's being implemented. In regards to our COVID update, the STS leadership did have a call this week. So we do have a few updates in regards to COVID data exclusions. And just know that a formal announcement from the STS will be forthcoming very soon. So there will be, again, a formal announcement from STS coming out to all of our participants in regards to the COVID update. So STS surgeon leadership did decide that any COVID positive patient will continue to be excluded from current analyses. That includes the 2021 analysis that's currently at DCRI and from the spring 2022 analysis. Analysis exclusions will cease for any record that has a surgery date of January 1, 2022 forward. So exclusions will cease any records done January 1, 2022 forward if it's a COVID positive case. And again, if it has an OR date of January 1, 2022 forward, those records will no longer be excluded in analysis. And also, we just want to remind you to continue to collect those COVID variables in 2022. Again, please continue to collect those variables until further notice, since those COVID variables are audited variables. And also just a brief reminder, the STS harvest schedule for 2022 has been posted and is available out on the website. So spring 2022, we encourage you to start submitting your data now. That harvest is currently scheduled to close on March the 4th. And then our fall 2020, I have such a hard time saying 2022. Our fall 22 harvest is scheduled to close on September the 9th. So again, the harvest schedule is posted out on the website if you need it. And if there are any changes, obviously we will let you know. But again, the spring harvest is scheduled to close on March the 4th. I think that's all that we have for STS updates. I'm going to turn things over to the IQVIA team for their update. So Joe, we'll turn things over to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Leanne. Good afternoon, everybody. So a few items to discuss for our upcoming release this month, December 2021, starting with the first item here, direct data entry validations, STS 7157 and STS 7239. We did receive reports that the current critical errors on the form for direct data entry users are cumbersome and disrupt the workflow. So we are working with the STS to address those concerns, and some improvement should be coming to that later this month. On the risk adjusted report, STS 6817, the missing data summary in the risk adjusted dashboard report is displaying the missing forced expiratory volume test performed variable as missing when it was not. So the report's logic will be updated to correct that. And then STS 6921, in the number of mortalities section, we did receive a report that the total number was saying one thing, but the case drill down did not include the same number of cases. And so the cause of that has been identified and should be corrected in an upcoming release. Next slide. Then some updates for the missing variable report, STS 6967. The MVR currently displays the mort date variable as missing, even for patients who have not expired. That the report will be updated so that mort date is no longer reflected when the variable is not applicable. STS 7050, the MVR is incorrectly flagging LFU date and LFU mort stat as missing when they are not applicable based on the demographics form version. So that would be fixed. STS 7100 for version 5.21.1 records, the MVR is incorrectly flagging the race multivariable as missing even when it's not. And then the STS 7332, we did receive reports that some sites were not seeing the analyzed, non-analyzed filters when looking at the MVR. So that should be resolved as well. And I think that was it. As usual, we do post known issues to the library, so feel free to check there. There is a list of known issues and enhancements posted in that tab. And then as always, if you do have questions, feel free to reach out and we can assist you. Send us an email or give us a call and we can look into any tickets or issues you may have.
Great. Thanks so much, Joe. We appreciate it. Also, just a friendly reminder, any analysis report questions, please be sure to reach out to tech support. You can reach IQVIA at GTSD tech support at IQVIA.com. Also, just please know that the general email STS tech support at IQVIA.com will also get you to the same mailbox. So again, if you have any analysis report related questions, please reach out to IQVIA tech support at GTSD tech support at IQVIA.com. And as always, STS and DCRI will be looped in as needed when those tickets are escalated up to tier 2. Next slide. My contact information, I know you all are very familiar with this. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to reach out to me directly via email or phone. Email is best. If you have any database operational questions, please reach out to us at stsdb@sts.org. I do know invoices have been released and or have been sent. So if you have any invoice type related questions or questions regarding your contacts for your site, your invoice contact or anything, again, please just reach out to us at stsdb@sts.org and Jane and her team can assist you with those types of questions. Next slide. Mark your calendars, upcoming general thoracic webinars. Our next monthly webinar is scheduled for January 12th at 2:30 Central Time. Also, we did want to encourage you to please share your ideas. If you have any ideas on education, some things you would like for STS to provide education on, please send those suggestions to either Ruth or myself, so we can be sure that we provide educational topics that that you guys are needing, that you're wanting. So again, please provide any educational topics to us. Again, you can send those via email to myself, or you can email Ruth. But again, we would love to hear your feedback and make sure we are giving you guys the educational opportunities that you want and that are most beneficial to you all. Our next user group call, just note that the December 23rd webinar for the user group call is canceled, as most of us will be out for the holiday. And then we'll pick up again with our next user group call on January the 26th at 2:30 Central Time. Next slide. And that's all that I have from the STS perspective. I did ask Melanie. Melanie, are you able to do a quick refresher on walking through like report printing and things like that? Because I know we've gotten a lot of questions. That's one of the top questions that we get from our participants is questions regarding printing. So I'll turn things over to Melanie so she can do a quick walkthrough, and also that'll give you all the opportunity to get any of questions that you may have put into the Q&A. So we'll turn things over to Mel for right now, and then we'll return with your questions. Thanks, Mel.
Thank you.
Melanie.
All right, let me hit save. Oh, Carol, did you have something?
No, just let me know when you're ready. I could take Nancy's question while you're getting set up.
Okay, you can go ahead with answering Nancy.
Okay, she just asked when payment was due, and I believe I checked with Jane, it's due 30 days from invoice. So hopefully that helps, Nancy. Okay.
All right, and are you able to see my screen? You should see
Yep, looks
the
beautiful.
report. Okay,
Ma'am.
great. Oh, and also just a heads up in regards to the January, was that January the 12th that you had indicated, Leanne, that we would also be sharing updates in regards to the enhancements that are coming. And of course, Joe already went through the updates that are happening for December. We do have another round of updates that's happening in January. So we, of course, will cover that, but also we'll do a walkthrough related to the participant dashboard updates related to the 5.21.1. So just wanted to make sure that everyone is aware. So that webinar, we can also plan for those updates. Okay, there we go. All righty, so printing. So let me just make sure that you all can see. Let me bring this up a little bit more so you all can see. All right, so when you are in, and I, of course, navigated to the operational reports menu. So let me just go back a step. I'm going to open up this tab so you can see, but I already navigated to the operational reports menu, and I had already selected the time period. So here is the link, of course, for the risk adjusted dashboard. And once you navigate to the parameters page, I've already selected my reporting period. And I am in the test site for, this is our 9999 account. So this is a test site. So just so everyone is aware. So when you come in to this homepage, this of course is going to give you all of the options within the different reporting sections. But if you notice here, you'll see that there's an option for export report. So this one button will allow you to gather all of these individual reports in one output. So if you are currently using that, that's what's expected. But I think some users may also have been going in, and let's just say into the individual report, and may have used the option under the file menu to export. Usually this is not the preferred way because we have seen where there's some instances, especially within the benchmarks, that you may have seen where some of the pages would duplicate some of the entries to the next page. We are aware of that, and we are, of course, going to address it. But the preferred way for printing this report would be, of course, to use the main option on the home page for exporting, which is here. The other thing to also keep in mind when you're using this feature is that if you are printing a graph section, so within, I believe the, let's just go to the composite rating, pull that up. There we go. I think I need to change my battery in this mouse. All right, so you'll see, of course, within the report, you have the top tabular section. But if you, by chance, went in and modified the graph section where you would do the zoom slider, if you update this and you navigate back out to the home page, please remember that this will stay according to what you left it as. So if you went in and modified this, let's just say that I moved the zoom slider a little bit, and then I went back to that main page, it's going to keep that snapshot of how you modified that graph once you do that print. If you needed to reset all of the graphs, let's just say you modified multiple graphs and you needed to reset those back to the default setting, what you can do is use the option, which is to basically regenerate the report. So if you were just to, as I just went ahead and selected expand, and you'll see it changes to this mouse collapse. You are able to regenerate the report by clicking the apply parameters. If you didn't need to change, of course, the date range, you can just select apply parameters and that will just regenerate the reports and it resets all of those graphs also. So just know that you can do that. And then of course you would just hit export report and that will download a PDF version of the report for you to review. Okay, so hopefully that covers printing for this report. Was there any other area, Leanne or Carol, that you needed me to highlight?
Not that I can think of, Melanie, but I just want to see if the data managers have any, those on the call, if they have any questions regarding printing or if they're having any issues, what are the issues that they're having so we can talk through those.
Mhm.
So anybody who's having issues or
General questions?
Yeah, general questions or difficulty figuring out how to do it, put them in the Q&A and we'll be happy, or raise your hand and we'll be happy to walk through those with you. When we say we, I mean Melanie, of course, because she's leading this talk. So I think that was a good demonstration, Melanie. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, here's a question from Mindy. What does the clear parameter button do?
Clear parameter. Oh, here we go. So if I were to click on clear parameter, and I think we only have this reporting parameters. This is usually available when we have multiple. Hold on, let me just, my mouse is just acting up. Sorry. So do you see, I clicked it and I need to change the battery. It basically resets your parameters that are available. So do you see how it went back to select? It had the previous reporting period that I had. And when you hit clear parameter, basically it just clears and resets this back to the default, which in this instance is select.
Is there a way to make the font bigger?
Unfortunately, when you're printing, it takes the default. That has been another question that has come up for another database asking if we could enlarge the print. So that's something that we're looking at. But right now, the default, the only way, as you saw in regards to the UI, if you needed to zoom in, you would use the browser settings. So all I did was, I'm in Chrome at the moment. So if you wanted to enlarge, of course, on screen, you would just use the browser option here to zoom in. And that, of course, would allow you to make the font bigger, but not for the printing at the moment.
The printing's the printing.
Yeah.
Okay. If can you, when you go to print those reports, can you you could also download those into different versions, or does it just automatically export to print?
It export to PDF. When you say export to print, export to PDF.
It just exports to PDF.
Yeah, it exports the PDF. If they wanted to, there are some options within the file menu. Hold on, I have to change the battery. It is driving me crazy. There are options, but I believe, and I have not tried it, the options for the PowerPoint. Let's just see if we can do that now. Let me see if I do all pages. Let's see. Okay, I'll generate it. Let's see what it gives us. And I see another question. Does the export report button operation also include all of the legacy reports in the combined report? So all of, yeah, you see the legacy options that are here. So that includes all of the options that you see, all of the reports that are listed on the homepage. It pulls in all of those. Okay, it's still downloading, so we'll give it a moment for the PowerPoint to see
Okay. Yeah, I'm just wondering if they have, when they download it, and I'm not sure how feasible this is or, to be executed at the site level, because I know some of these reports could be pretty lengthy. I'm just wondering if they have Adobe Editor or whatever that program is on Adobe, if they're able to adjust the font size in the reports themselves after they download it.
Oh, that I'm not sure. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't have
that's just an
that
idea
full
to
suite.
try.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah. I think if they use that Adobe program, made the change there and then printed it out, is that, yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
yeah.
But I don't know if that's feasible or not. I guess these are just static images, so maybe not.
Right. So let's see. So here is the PowerPoint. So let me bring it up in presentation mode. So it's given us the screenshots for each of the sections. It does pull in. These are the benchmarks. Let's see. And of course, you're going to see blank. I'm in the 999, just to remind everybody. That's why you're not seeing stuff. Okay, so you are able to get these into PowerPoint. And again, lots of blanks because I'm in the test. And that's the end of the deck. And the way that I did that, just so that everybody was aware. So I'm again on the home page. I went to File. I went to Export to PowerPoint. And in here, you'll see that it says Active Page. You do need to change that option from Active Page because this is my active page. So if you want to get the results that I just did, you'll see that there's an option for all pages. I selected that. Okay. I did leave everything else defaulted. And then I said, okay. And then it generated what we just looked at. Okay. All right. Let's see if we have any more questions. Any other?
No, I don't see anything, Mel.
No other questions? Okay.
That was very helpful. Thank you.
Good. Okay. You're welcome. Let me go ahead and stop sharing if my mouse will allow me to. All right. There you go.
Lord knows I understand. I have my fair share of computer issues this week. All right. I don't see any additional questions coming in. I don't know if Carol, if you or Ruth have anything, or Katie, if you have anything you wanted to add. I think it's going to be a quick call today. Still not seeing anything, but going once, going twice. Oh, you're welcome, Elizabeth. All right. Well, I'm not seeing any additional questions come in or anything. So thank you all, everyone, for joining us today. It'll be a quick call today. I hope you guys have a great holiday season, and we will pick back up in January. And if you have any questions between now and then, please feel free to shoot me an email, and I'll get any answers for you as quickly as possible. So thank you all so very much, and I hope you guys have a great holiday season. Thanks, everyone.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Thanks, guys.